like Paris, Singapore, Egypt, Turkey. Will I go back? Never. But this time, we will go to do an American trip to the East Coast, and we're going to visit some of the American Civil War battlefield sites. So we will fly to Richmond, and Richmond we can rent a car and drive north, hit some of the Civil War sites, and finally to Gettysburg, everybody knows, and then hop on over to Washington, D.C., see the Lincoln Memorial, the Star Spangled Banner, the National Archives, and so on, and then come home. So this trip has more meaning to me. We can hit, if possible, around 10 different Civil War battlefield sites. Some are large, like Gettysburg, everybody knows. Some are tiny, nobody knows except me, who's interested in the Civil War history. But regardless, it's going to be a pretty good trip for me. It's good that we preserve some of the, actually most of the Civil War sites. Some are just a road sign now. They build condos and so on, McDonald's. But the bigger ones like Antietam, Gettysburg, those are really well preserved and maintained. So that's nice. Another picture, it's just on the internet. Yeah, good for screensavers. So the first one we will stop outside Richmond Airport is a Cold Harbor battlefield. Again, not so famous, but to me it is. As I mentioned some of my old videos, Gettysburg, everybody knows, so it's okay to me. But my keen interest is in Cold Harbor and Franklin. But Franklin is in Tennessee, Nashville, too far away. Actually, we were going to go, but yeah, too far away. So this one we concentrate in Virginia. Most of the battles occurred in Virginia, so fine. So Cold Harbor, it's only like not even 20 miles from the airport, so we're going to stop by here. And Cold Harbor to me, because after Cold Harbor, both the North and the South, they realize it's just a waste of human lives to fight the old way, as you see in the movies, marching towards the cannons and the rifles, muskets. There's no point. So after Cold Harbor, they sort of no more big battles after that. So they realize it's just waste of human lives. So it's good. Cold Harbor has that meaning. It sort of developed into a trench warfare, which actually did come back in World War One. But Cold Harbor was when futile and stupid really that is. So at Cold Harbor, there's a famous quote that from a captain from the Union side. He said, because so many people die that he refused to order his men into under such a charge. Even Jesus Christ himself should order it. So yeah, so Pennsylvania we will stop by also. Pennsylvania is like not too far from Washington D.C. Also really really bloody battle. So Pennsylvania courthouse. We will stop there. The wilderness is also another bloody battle. So this is when Ulysses S. Grant took over command of all the Union Army, and he developed a nationwide strategy to defeat Robert E. Lee. And the wilderness is when he crossed the James River from Washington, D.C., finally chased the Army of North Virginia into back near Richmond. So the wilderness is when they make first contact. They call that the overland campaign. And yeah, so we can stop there. At least take pictures like this next to the stupid signs. To me, it has meaning. Fredericksburg is near there, but actually, this battle happened like 1982, so about the Civil War ended in 1865. So this is like 3 years before. Fredericksburg was a big Union defeat. So now basically it's a city, but at that time also, as I said earlier, it's stupid the way they fight. They just march against the canyons and die. It's yeah again stupid. But Fredericksburg, we will go. Chancellorsville is next to Fredericksburg, and Chancellorsville is when Stonewall Jackson got killed. This is also a major Union defeat. Almost the Union Army was destroyed in Chancellorsville. So Robert Lee split his army into three parts and surprised the Union Army, the I think 11 Corps, and almost chased them back to Washington D.C. So Chancellorsville, we would go, but Stonewall Jackson, Robert E. Lee's, most capable commander, second in command, he died. So many people said he did not die. The Civil War outcome might be different. Manassas is also uh, not the beginning. Actually, this is the first engagement of the Civil War. Bull Run, Manassas, same thing. Actually, there are three battles here, but the first Union and the Confederates, the meeting was over here, and Manassas. They figured that just a weekend, battle, and the Civil War would never happen. Then things would be settled. So people, they went on wagons, picnic on the lawns, the hills overlooking the Manassas battlefield. But it turned out to be a rout of the Union Army again. At that time, the Union Army was really bad. The commanders are worthless. And I don't know, at that time, everybody called George. So they're all useless, so it must be a popular name in the 1860s. But so after Manassas, then the Americans at that time realized that, it is not so simple. So, and actually the war, it lasted for 4 years. So, but Manassas was the first meeting, of the Civil War. Not far from D.C. again, even closer. So, because as I said, it's a route of the Union Army, they ran all the way back to Washington, D.C. Everybody, you know, the people came out for the Sunday picnic, the soldiers, the wagons, the horses, the soldiers, everybody was running. And actually, Stonewall Jackson got his nickname at this battle. So we visit, yeah, the battle site, yeah, the Henry Field and all the kind of stuff. So, okay. Harper's Ferry, there's not really a big battle, but Stonewall Jackson, he captured the city, and it's like a depot for the Union Army before Antietam. So it's really, really pretty. Yeah, it's a city. It's not like Fremont, San Jose, but you know, yeah, yeah, whatever. So, and now it's really pretty, especially the hills overlooking the city. But I'll Google it. It's too much a hike. So unfortunately, yeah, we cannot go up the hill, but we might swing by. It's not too far from the Antietam battlefield. Harper's Ferry. This is a picture today. This is Harper's Ferry, and these are the hills overlooking the city. Really, really pretty now. But again, unless you're into the Civil War, you won't know it. But to me, it is a fascinating place that I do want to at least no, swing by or detour, just see how things turn out. Another picture, yeah, really pretty as I said. Yeah, so this is used to be a Union Army depot, and Stonewall Jackson was able to capture that. So before, as I said, Antietam. Okay, Antietam. But we will stop at Gettysburg first and then make a 1 day side detour to Antietam. Antietam is, they call this the bloodiest day in American history. So like 10,000 soldiers on both sides died in Antietam. It's like an 8 hour battle. And well, you can say it's a draw. And yeah, so we will visit Antietam. Actually, to me, Antietam has more meaning than Gettysburg, but it's not, so famous, well known, unless you're into the Civil War stuff. This is what it is, right? Everybody knows Gettysburg, and from all the Civil War groups that I belong to on Facebook, it is really nice, well maintained, the visitor center and so on. And this is a big battlefield. Actually, the battle lasted 3 days. I mean, you can imagine. And day one, day two, day three, as right before Independence Day, July 4th. But most people, Americans in high school, they study about a little bit about Gettysburg, but actually, it's much, much, much more than this. So, okay, fine. Even Peggy wants to go. Okay, fine. And I think this is the picture of the house that George Meade, the commander of the Union Army, the Army of the Potomac, actually he took command just 3 days before the battle. Surprisingly, so it's considered to be a Union victory, and Robert E. Lee's last chance to sort of have the British and France to join the Confederate side. But after Gettysburg, because it did not succeed, so England and France decided to stay out of the war. So ultimately, yeah, the South they lost. And this is a again, the AI is really powerful nowadays. Same photo, but the AI just enhance it, so you can see the dead horses and so on. So we will visit this house. I forgot the name of this house, some kind of house, I just forgot that because there's so many houses that they use as headquarters or field hospitals and so on. So at Gettysburg, we would go visit George Meade H quarter and also Robert E. Lee's headquarters command house. They just took over the house. So yeah. Okay, that's it. So basically, that will be our trip to the Civil War sites, and yeah, that will be good.